Hey everyone, and welcome to the Always On podcast on YouTube and Twitch. We're here for our AEW Rampage live reaction. Tonight's Rampage is going to be—it's very stacked. With Sammy and Darby starting out the show, and the main event probably is going to be Claudio Castagnoli versus Dax Harwood.
Talk about like some traditional wrestling to end the night, man. Like this is going to be a classic wrestling match, something that we've seen back in the Attitude Era with WCW and the Wars. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Connor, you ready?
First person they show on the Rampage intro is MJF, and that used to be CM Punk.
That is a good
Hey, they
way
changed
to
the
put
whole
CM Punk
intro
in his
up.
place.
They changed everything up.
There's no Elite.
They got a lot of new shots in there.
You know, it's Black's still on the show program. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, Malachi is still in there.
I think he's just taking a leave. I don't think he was actually released. I think he was just taking a leave.
Yeah, a leave of absence.
Yeah.
Because on Dark Elevation on Wednesday, before Dynamite, Julia Hart managed Matthews and Brody on Dark Elevation, and they were still going by the House of Black. So, which I think her being the leader of it would be good until it comes back.
Yeah. I think Brody's a good replacement. Or even Buddy Matthews.
Yeah. I think them three working together, and Matthews and Brody teaming up and going for the tag titles.
Yeah. Is this live or is this taped?
It's taped, but next Friday. Not next Friday, but the next Friday they'll be live.
Oh, gotcha. We'll be live.
Like every Friday we'll be live.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know any of the spoilers for Rampage. I tried to avoid spoilers for Rampage. The only times that it does get spoiled for me if there's a big title change and everyone's reporting about it, but I know nothing about what's going on. Like the only thing I do know is a very interesting person that Joe might be feuding against next.
Ooh. I'm intrigued. Can't wait to see who it is.
He was in the previous ROH before it got bought out.
Okay. Fair enough.
And we got a good women's match in Serena Deeb and Madison Rayne, not a squash match.
No squash. Thank goodness.
Because normally on Rampage they put women's squash matches on.
Yeah.
I mean, they do put on some good decent women's matches like Athena and Penelope.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago was Anna Jay and Ruby Soho, I think.
One thing I just never understood with Tony Khan's booking, and maybe with what happened on Sunday is a good thing, like a good sign of things to come. But why don't you use some of your great female wrestlers? Why do you use people that should really just be on Dark? I know we've discussed this before, but why?
Yeah.
Like, this is gonna be good, hopefully. But geez, man.
I know, like for 4 or 5 weeks straight, they did the Serena Deeb open challenge thing, and
yeah,
the match only lasts like 30 seconds or maybe a minute or two.
Oh, what a kick from Sammy!
I don't know. I kind of want Sammy to win this just because Darby and Moxley already went against each other many times.
Yeah.
If Moxley wins again, if he beats Darby again, he'd be 3-0 against Darby. He would sweep Darby 3-0. And Sammy and Moxley's never went against each other, I don't think.
Good point.
I don't think they've ever had a singles match.
I think you're right. I don't think they haven't. Unless it was like when he was feuding with the Inner Circle. Yeah.
That's the only time I could think that they may have went against each other, but I'll top rope. Our superplex had to hurt because they went down very slow. Three amigos.
Uno, dos. Are you gonna get tres, or is Darby gonna counter it? Love the call to Eddie Guerrero. Nice.
I almost didn't get that.
Oh, good counter from
Almost.
Sammy.
Almost didn't get that.
What a sequence. So I also had a very interesting prediction today. I was kind of contemplating tonight's Rampage, right? And I think I have an interesting vision on how this tournament's going to go. So I think next round, I think we're going to get Darby versus Mox, right? Because think about it. Think about everything with Sammy. He's had some great matches with Sammy and a great rivalry with him. Then you have the person he's never been able to beat. That is Moxley. So he beats Moxley and then goes to the finals, beats Jericho, and becomes the world champion.
He could.
That would be like a good Cinderella story.
It would. I'd like for Darby to have a decent run though, because it feels like whoever wins, MJF's beating him at Full Gear.
So
like
maybe have it be Mox then, where you can kind of just.
I don't know. I want it to be someone different than Moxley winning again and having to lose it again on pay-per-view.
It's almost like they booked Tony kind of booked himself a little bit in a corner, but
it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this plays out. It's definitely must watch to see what's going to happen.
But you also have
because like this tournament isn't really predictable. I don't know who's going to win. I don't know
because every one of these guys really could be a world champion.
Hey, what if Sammy actually wins the whole thing?
Oh, dude, Jericho be ticked. Actually, no, he's already mad at Garcia. So,
well, yeah. So if somebody goes to the finals and somehow Jericho gets there, you have to go against Sammy.
To be honest with you, I think Sammy's the only one that I cannot see winning this tournament, though. Because I think everybody else, like, there has so many, like, because MJF has really, aside Sammy, think about it, MJF has a story, a beef, and history with almost everybody else in this tournament except for Bryan and Guevara.
Well, I think him and Sammy feuded in it was that match at Daly's place in Jacksonville. Him and MJF.
Okay.
And Sammy called him like those were some of Sammy Guevara's best promos.
Before he's like sucking on Tay's tongue.
Yeah, he did like a swan, like a backflip, like a kind of like a swanton on to MJF in the crowd. But I think Darby Allin's winning this.
Yeah.
But every match these two have had has been a good match.
Nice. This has got to be probably one of the best Rampages, like card-wise. Oh, Sammy's going up.
He's doing it perfectly on.
And he landed on his feet.
He landed perfect.
No way it's going to end that fast.
Let me go to the comments. Corey, thanks for watching. What matches should be on Dynamite Grand Slam and Rampage Grand Slam? Well, we're getting a world title match. We don't know who it's going to be yet, but besides that, we got Swerve and Uncle versus The Acclaim. I think maybe they could do Jamie Hayter versus Jade Cargill for the TBS Championship and have Jamie Hayter win.
That would be good. That would be kind of cool. Strap a rocket until Jamie Hayter is back.
And maybe Britt Baker saying sorry if he costs Jamie Hayter the match. I doubt that happens, but you know.
Oh, what a strike!
Ooh.
For those of you guys, that was a great move by Darby, knocking both Sammy and Hante on their behinds. To be honest with you, I don't know. Like, it's one of those things that I think Jamie Hayter would be another great fit for the TBS World Championship, so I could see that match going on. I would probably do something with Dark Order. I think it'd be fun to have them do something, especially since Evil Uno's from Canada. So maybe have Evil Uno and 10 take on. I don't know. Maybe have another tag match.
Take his wedding ring off.
Oh, nice.
I don't think I would wear that in the ring for something like this.
I don't think it's his real ring.
I would hope not.
Yeah.
Sports
throw it, Darby! Throw it in the crowd! Throw it!
How's Darby Allin the sports entertainer of the week? This is the first match he's wrestled all week.
Yeah.
And
He
I
should have
thought,
thrown it.
Could throw it in the crowd. Hey, if that was his real one, he threw it in the crowd. He wouldn't be getting that. Well, I don't know. This person was nice enough.
You know, I would love to have like a champion versus champion match at Grand Slam. I would love to have Daniel Garcia go up against Claudio. I think that'd be a fun match.
Ooh. He almost.
Oh.
He landed the move.
Sam. Oh, what? Oh. Sammy Cutter.
He landed the move perfectly, but kind of wobbly. Yeah. Whips a little bit. He still pulled it off, though.
Do you think like that he did that on purpose, though? Because think about it. This match is so intense. These guys know each other well. Like,
you never know.
Or it could have been. But this has been a great match.
But for Rampage Grand Slam, you know it's going to be on TNT, so we have Wardlow defending the TNT title.
Ooh, what about Morrissey? I would love to see that match again.
Yeah, Morrissey, him and Morrissey.
That'd be a good one.
I know this probably wouldn't happen, but this probably would not happen, but a fatal 4 between Wardlow, Hangman, Archer, and Morrissey for the.
That'd be fun.
I know it's probably not going to happen, but that'd be.
I would say maybe have like an Ethan Page kind of match. I'm not sure who he would go against, but
I know Ethan Page.
Yeah.
And probably Ethan Page, Sean Spears, and a lot of the ones from Canada will be on the Canada shows when they go.
Yeah.
Are they going to cost Darby?
Oh, come on! I don't want. Oh.
How did I skate?
That's crooked. No.
He didn't even touch the skateboard. He didn't touch the skateboard.
Barely got the back on it.
Not like this.
No.
Where's Sting at? Kick out.
Come on, please. No.
Well.
I hate the JS, man. They're very sports entertainment. Like, too much.
Sammy
Come on, this is not WWE, damn it.
He barely touched the skateboard.
It's got to be Moxley in the finals.
At least we're getting a match that's never happened before between Moxley and Sammy. They've never won against each other on one-on-one. Because Darby and Sammy, again, if they had Moxley and Darby, Moxley would win and go 3-0. Darby. Very
interesting bracket now. Moxley and Sammy and Jericho and Danielson.
Pushing Bryce out of the way.
That was a fun one. I was kind of hoping Sammy was going to win clean, though. You know.
Yeah.
And recap from MJF.
But Jericho's on commentary. Tay's already out there. The Jericho Appreciation Society is everywhere.
Really, they're protecting their 3 top players. Really, they're protecting Garcia. They are protecting Sammy and Jericho. Well, okay, another interesting idea. So you can give whoever wins the championship, you can give like a little bit of a run until Full Gear, right? Or even maybe go a little bit further because MJF can, taunt and have that chip like as like the Money in the Bank briefcase where he's like, I'm doing it on my terms. It's not. It might be on a pay-per-view. It might be on a special.
I could see him
have him taunt it and have him have it in writing with Tony Khan saying, "Oh, I can cash this in anytime I want."
Hey, they just showed.
It doesn't matter if you already had a match or not.
I don't know what this is for, but they didn't show Kenny Omega and CM Punk in this.
But they just show the Bucks though for a brief moment.
Yeah, I guess it's just a promo thing for Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, Wednesdays. I could see him just doing it, like not even doing it at Full Gear, just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting.
Because think about it, he could use that to his advantage,
Yeah, I can see him doing that.
Mm-hmm. So who knows, man? Like I said, this whole tournament it's kind of unpredictable, but at the same time, really, I think the only person that kind of makes sense, especially after Wednesday, it's got to be Mox and MJF eventually. I think it'll be a Full Gear. Winners coming. Battle of Belts 10, I think, right?
They got one more this year, but until Warner Media renews AEW, they don't have any more Supercard events.
Well, they haven't renewed them?
Yeah. We're about to be in the fall. And
that's not good, man. I'm scared.
But like during the fall is when they start like really negotiating.
Yeah.
Negotiations haven't really they haven't started yet. But like normally we're in September, probably about the end of September, the beginning of October, that's when they start. So after
hopefully
the
it'll be good news.
After the fourth Battle of the Belts, that'll be it.
Yeah.
For Corey specials, unless they get. I thought. Dynamite's ratings this last week were up without CM Punk, and of course MJF drew the biggest segment with 1.2 million views, and they kept steady and got 1.30.
Yeah, 3 weeks now over a mil. So, I think even with the backstage drama, unless that crazy chick that's running Discovery and the Turner Network and all that, unless she's it's too violent, get off TV. I don't think they're going anywhere.
Well, they suggested to AEW to do more pay-per-views, so they must have liked what they seen if they wanted more pay-per-views.
Yeah, I don't think we're going anywhere, and that's one thing. Ever since Sunday, man, all I've seen through Wrestle Talk, What Culture podcast. I think we're the only really podcast talking positive still about All Elite Wrestling at the moment. But think about it, everyone has AEW is in trouble. AEW is about to have a downfall.
Hey, WWE is the one in trouble who their owner is now maybe serving some time in jail. Over 19 point something million dollars of money, for hush money, and we're still not going to talk about that. WWE should still be held accountable. I know he's not there anymore, but after all these years,
like I said, it's one of those things that's kind of one of those things that's just.
You remember when Bret Hart knocked out Vince McMahon, Booker T and Batista got into a fight.
Jericho, Lesnar.
So AEW is not the only company to have backstage drama.
They've gotten repercussions, but it's never been. What I mean? It's things are going to happen, but it was never the downfall of WCW, AEW, WWE. I don't think it's just because there's bump in the roads. Each company is going to have something like this happen. You can't have a perfect work environment.
If next week if AEW does one little small thing wrong on the show, AEW is going to be out of business in 1 year. One little.
That's what people will say.
And then I agree with Tony Khan that AEW gets held onto a different level. If they do something wrong, they're held accountable more than any other wrestling company, I feel like.
And there was that Triple H. I saw his comment, and this is kind of my take on it. The whole, we beat their developmental, system. Yeah. And I'm like, well, the thing is you guys have diehard fans that will be diehards for life. Okay, you guys also have been going on since the 1980s, where we've only been going on for not even 5 years. So the thing is, and like I said, you guys just have diehards. Families know the names, so families are going to take them to go see the show. As long as we're still drawing people to the show, constantly doing a million. To be honest with you, like I said, we're a competition to WWE, but in a different way. Like I said, there's no way at this moment, unless something drastically happens, either one, we're going to fail, or two, we're all just going to be steady and wrestling is great. I'm happy Triple H is in charge, and hopefully he'll do good, and hopefully we'll have better shows, better matches, and actually say wrestling and hospital and belts on TV.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, God. Oh, it's Mark Sterling. Ooh. That's why he posted on Twitter.
Josh Woods.
Josh Woods versus Joe?
Joe mentioned him and people he'd like to face.
Yeah.
And he was privy with the Ring of Honor about before it was bought out.
Ha! That's great.
He also has more abs. That being said, Josh Woods is
Still one of my favorite heel managers in the business right now.
Pure champion.
Save your life.
He saved my life. He saved my life from this network's champion, so I think. Thank you very much, Josh. I think he deserves and should be awarded a shot at that title.
He's one of the best talkers on the mic. I'll give him that. But Josh Woods and Joe, like that would be a great match. Josh Woods could lose, but Joe could still put him over and make him look strong.
Oh yeah.
And I agree with everything they said. Exactly. You're right about Josh Woods. I mean, he is a former pure champion. He is an incredible athlete. He has been grinding his ass off day after day to prove himself in this league right here. So I say, you, sir, should get everything that you asked for. And Josh Woods does deserve an opportunity at my championship. Thank you.
Oh no, we can't do it tonight. Josh Woods needs time to prepare.
Of course. Heel 101.
Paperwork's not done.
I'm down. Let's go.
And we're not doing it in Buffalo.
A better New York town. Oh my god.
We're gonna do it in the
First MJF calls them. They got the worst football team in America.
Come on.
Oh, well, at least we have a good match for Rampage next Friday. I won't be here, unfortunately. I'm going to go to a concert that night. But, man, that's going to be a great match.
Everyone hates Buffalo.
Why they hate Buffalo?
MJF and I'm not Sterling.
The Rams.
Miro.
Ooh, Miro.
My God. You took the devil out before I could. You snuck him out before I snuck him out. When I began this war, I thought you had a master plan. Now I'm heartbroken to find out what you don't. You are a fraud, aren't you? You made it clear that I'm not your favorite champion. You delight of keeping me away from my wife, and my gold hangs around the waist of lesser men. Why? How can a man who can see anything be so blind for everything? And now another tournament is out there. Where am I? I am the right choice because I am flawless.
Who is Miro talking about?
It belts the Redeemer now.
I think it's just like going off on God. Damn. He gets spited down. Be careful, bro. Like, you might get electrocuted.
Because I don't know who he's talking about. He's saying he's going off on someone. Eddie Boston, thanks for watching. Who you see Keep Sabian go up against next? Since he lost against Pac, and a lot of people didn't see it on TV, but he went off on that box. Like, he was cussing out that box he was wearing because he lost. He cussed out the box. But I like to see Kip Sabian and Miro because
have a good run. I have like a best 2 out of 3 series with that one.
Because Miro, well, storyline wise, that's why he was.
It makes sense, you know.
Or if they didn't want to do that, there's plenty of people he could go against.
Build him back up and have a rematch with Pac at Winter's Coming.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I would say, to be honest, this is how I would book it. I would probably have a couple like smaller guys, you know, maybe have like Tony Nese, you know, have him go against Tony Nese, have him go up, you know, against maybe a jobber from, you know, maybe bring in somebody from Impact Wrestling.
Who Pac?
And then Pac. I'd do Miro and then Pac. Have Miro be like a gatekeeper kind of thing where if he doesn't have Pac, and for one night only, side with Miro, say, hey, you know, if you beat Miro, I will give you a chance at this.
I think Pac is supposed to make a title defense at an independent show again.
So I'm liking that aspect of the belt.
Like they had 3 title defenses. I think
Yeah.
3 title defenses. One was in the UK, one was in Ireland, and another one was, I think, in the United States.
Yeah, he's been everywhere defending that belt.
But the one match, like every match has been good, but there was one match that really stuck out. I think it's the one he was in Ireland, and like that's the match that really stuck out. Hey Corey,
What's up, Corey? How you doing, man? Thanks for watching.
awesome. Yeah, Darby and Sammy was a very
That
good
was
match.
a killer match.
There are
Yeah, everything like tonight has just been good so far. I'm liking the progress, the stories.
Sammy wins.
Wasn't who I wanted to win, but that's okay.
Bryan Danielson versus John Moxley will come down to one of them to win the championship from the next AEW World Champion. Yeah, I think that might be what happens.
I think Moxley's gonna win though. Because I don't think if you're gonna have Bryan win the championship, you got to give him a good run. I don't know.
Joe. I didn't like his WWE theme. It sounded it sounded like going to the dumpster.
Jeez, man.
It really did.
That would be killer.
If they do, it looks like Kip Sabian's wanting to do something different. Like he's got a whole new him and Penelope, like she's wearing the same kind of stuff that he's wearing. Like
that was the eyeliner, makeup, everything. So something's gonna happen. I'm excited to see.
I could see
maybe something with. What if he cost Sammy the belt or the chance? Sorry.
I could see that because he did beat Sammy in the first ever AEW singles match. He's, in my opinion, he's the forgotten pillar.
Unfortunate injury. I think if he didn't get hurt like he did, I think we'd be talking about him just like we do Darby and MJF and Sammy. But at the same time, maybe it was a good thing. Like it's always bad when a wrestler gets hurt, but when wrestlers take some time off, everybody builds up suspicion, anticipation, trying to see what's going to happen. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do with Kip. That's what I'm curious about now.
Like it also gives like wrestlers like time to think of like what they want to change, what would they like to do when they come back. Like come up with all these new ideas.
Yeah.
And you really have time to brainstorm like what do you like to do differently.
Yeah. For sure, man. Like look at people look at the reaction when Bayley came back. That was a huge pop for her on the other side. When of course MJF came back, I think MJF really had a comeback of the year. I think that, like I said, I think it's the best story going into wrestling. And I bet next year, he'll be number 1 on Pro Wrestling Illustrated. I think he'll be top of the list this year. Like I said, nothing against Roman Reigns, but he's just I don't know. He's got the whole like acknowledge me thing, but
he's not really wrestling.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like he has 700 plus days, but the thing is like there's a couple memorable matches and moments, like the whole Brock Lesnar match, the tractor.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I think MJF will be the top of the list next year, and Serena D with the tap out.
Serena D wins by submission.
We could have her versus Jade.
Yeah. Serena D has won her last 10 matches by submission. I don't know if anyone's pointed that out, but I've kept up with it. And she's won her last 10 matches by submission.
We need her. She's one of the ones we need her. We need her more on TV. I think it's like they can get rid of some of the women's roster or use them like in enhancement matches, but I don't need to see. Like we said with Shabir every week. Speaking of Jade,
I thought you fired her, Layla girl. Like didn't she say that she was firing her as the interim body? Change of heart, I guess.
I guess somebody's playing Persona 5. That's good.
37, 38, 40. No, let's just make it 50. Athena thought she was going to come in here and do something.
She should have beat Jade. You're not. I'm sorry, Jade, but you're not on her level. That was a bad call on Tony's spot.
It's the same promo. The same type of promo with Jade. Nothing new. Same thing.
The Real Housewives of AEW. That's really what the baddies remind me of. Oh gosh, it's one of those things that I just don't understand it. Like, because at first I'm like, okay, you know what? You're giving it to somebody who's improved, worked her ass off. That's fine, but to defeat people like Athena in
She
a
sucks.
squash match,
I'm just gonna say it. Jade sucks.
like I said, she's not. She's not
she
groomed
has
correctly.
She has improved, but you can say whatever you want about her streak, but
No, and that's the thing is there's
like
plenty
probably
of women on that roster.
like probably 80% of her undefeated streak has been off of beating jobbers. I mean,
It's the same.
she's had some matches that she had to work harder for, like her matches against Anna Jay, Ty Conti.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, those were decent. Like, those were very solid. It almost reminds me of like Goldberg, you know.
Like there is some matches that she had to actually wrestle, but 70-80% has been off of jobbers, and that's primarily because Jade is too green and she makes a lot of botches.
There's ways around that, man.
But it's time to give the TBS championship to a more experienced woman. Jamie Hayter, she's not known like she's not very. I mean, she's popular to the AEW fan base, but like Tony Storm or Britt Baker, or but Jamie Hayter is
not
very.
Yet.
But Jamie Hayter is. A lot of people may not agree, but I think Jamie Hayter is more talented than Jade.
No, I completely agree with you on that. Like you are absolutely correct.
No, nothing against Jade. Yeah. Like nothing against Jade. Like she has improved in ring and stuff, but it's just time for something different.
Yeah, because every week we have those same promos. Well, it's her manager, the baddies. I am so tired of it, Like, don't get me wrong. It's like I like I said, I think she has like some fun character moments. But the thing is, when it's starting to get stale, that's when you gotta look at your audience and say, you know what, we need to switch it up and give it to somebody else. Like I said, you have plenty of women that you can literally like give it to. You don't even have to give it to somebody who's busting their butt on Dark and Elevation that can wrestle. Have them be a great underdog champion, build them up correctly, and then you can have Jade, have her do some promo work, have her do matches here and there to where you don't make her look weak. She can practice, get I know she's working with Regal. Like I said, just have her. You can still have her on your show because she does have she does have one of the best promos. But the whole thing with the undefeated TBS bullshit championship thing every week, it just gets old. I'm sorry to all those Jade fans out there, and you know what? I love Jade. I actually have been a fan of hers since I saw her in the Cody match. But it is time to move on, get some fresh meat in there. They did a great job with Britt Baker when they took the belt off her. It's a perfect example. Tony, come on, man. Come on. Come on. Big show, New York. Time for a title change.
Want something done, you get it done yourself. And QT in the factory couldn't get the job done. So I went to All Out, took absolute Ricky Starks, put his ass 6 feet deep.
This guy is a champion.
I get to open up the Book of Hobbs.
Book of Hobbs.
He must be working with Mark Henry.
Oakland, California.
Yeah. I think Mark Henry being his manager would actually be pretty good.
Yeah.
Up next, Claudio Castagnoli versus Dax Harwood. I hope William Regal's on commentary because the way William Regal says Claudio Castagnoli is the best.
Yeah.
Dax Harwood, tonight you're challenging Claudio Castagnoli for the ROH World Championship. Mark, excuse me, please.
Oh yeah, he did hire.
13 years ago, I hired you out of obscurity. I know how brilliant you are. I know every nuance that you do. I know every trick that you
William
know.
Regal.
And I know
Love his
how
promos.
excellent you are in that ring. But unfortunately, you're facing the ultimate competitor, and I'm on his side. You have all my respect. I know the run you're on, I know the year you're having. That's exactly the kind of competitor I want to stand in the ring with. Will he win singles titles? I'm 100% sure. Not tonight. Not my ring. Claudio, do you think I don't know the odds of this match? Huh? Do you think I don't know that I'm the underdog? The people watching at home, most of them think I'm probably going to lose tonight, and they think you're going to win, and rightfully so, because, man, you're a hell of a wrestler. And Mr. Regal, yes, you did pull me out of the series. That's somewhere I'm not going to go, and somewhere I'm not going to take my family. That is how I feed my family. And if I got to fight you, Mr. Regal, if I got to fight you, that's what I'm going to take care of them. Tonight, I will be the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. Top guy, out.
Wow, this is gonna be so good.
It's time!
Yeah, this should be a good match next Wednesday. Tony Storm and Hikaru Shida versus
Ooh,
Baker.
this. I'm gonna be antsy until Wednesday now. Damn, that's a big graph.
Tony Storm's getting a lot of TV time.
You should like she
Dynamite.
should be up there with Baker and Shida when it comes to be on TV.
Moxley and Guevara.
Oh, that's me.
I thought Moxley and Guevara were supposed to happen on Rampage. Guess both of them's happening on Dynamite.
So they're stacking the show.
Joe and Woods next Friday.
Jesus, man, you got wow, man, this is Rampage. Dynamite looks great. One of the first matches for Rampage looks amazing. Oh man, next week, man, they are fixing their issues that they've had the last few weeks. Fixing what happened on Sunday. We are in a new era of AEW.
FTR. Hey, got my FT Usher on Living Legends.
It's all about the bar. Oh,
I got their new shirt. A lot of the fans are wearing. I got it at Chicago. I haven't worn it yet.
sweet, man.
It looks kind of like this one, but it's a little bit different.
I like the retro look.
Yeah, there it is. That's what I have it.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, besides CM Punk, like merchandise-wise, I feel like FTR has done a lot.
They got up there.
Because when I went to Chicago, lots of people had FTR shirts. And lots of people were buying them at the show, like the new one. Claudio Castro. I love Claudio's theme song.
Me too. Better than the do.
Yeah, Emmanuel's. Ever to go back to? I don't want him ever to go back to Cesaro.
I don't think he will.
Because I love this. I love the new theme, the new. He's not Cesaro. He doesn't. It's a completely different person.
He is the wrestler we knew he should be in WWE.
Yeah, I forgot about this. FTR that Claudio and Wheeler Yuta confronted.
Ooh.
FTR at Death Before Dishonor. Hey, I could see that happening at Battle of the Belt. Well, no, I could actually see that happening at a Rampage Grand Slam.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or if they didn't do it there, Battle of the Belts 4.
Yeah.
When Rigo's on commentaries, he's sticking with Claudio at ringside.
They get a full desk though tonight.
I think they got too many people on commentary right now.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
But they need to have like a steady commentary that like like every week it's flip flop. Like Jim Ross might be on Dynamite or it might be on Rampage. Tazza might be on Rampage or it might not be. Tony Schiavone's on Dynamite one week and he's on Rampage one week. Like,
I think that's just a little more consistency with that.
if I was them, I would make like the Dynamite The Dynamite announcing the Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, Excalibur. Rampage will be Mauro Ranallo, Taz, and Chris Jericho.
I like, I think Taz and Jericho. It's a fun combination.
And like I think that Chris Jericho and Mauro Ranallo would have the best. Like he's a heel commentator, Jericho is, and Mauro Ranallo.
Yeah.
I hope I'm pronouncing his name.
Oh, what a catch! Oh, slipped out of it. Nice.
But he'll be very good on Rampage because Excalibur commentates for every show. Dark Elevation, Rampage, and Dynamite. We need a new voice on one of these shows. Oh, I love Excalibur, but just need a fresh.
But it isn't everything. You also have Paul White. Bring in Paul White. I
don't know where he's. I think he had surgery.
Elevation. Really?
I think he had. Yeah, he's been out he hasn't been there in a while. He had surgery or something.
Well, I even like Mark Henry. I love him as a backstage interviewer, but it's about one moment every week. Like, what else is he just coaching? Like, he means like.
Yeah.
I feel like that's really what he's always doing. But dude, I don't know why they got rid of him off the commentating team.
Who?
Mark Henry.
Yeah, he was on Rampage for a few weeks, but then they swapped him to Elevation, and now he's not on Elevation. He's just a Rampage thing for main event. But
don't get me wrong, it's fun, and everybody loves it. So the most
I would keep, since Paul White said, I keep him on Dark Elevation. Commentate on that.
Or what I would even do as well. This is just something I think would help like make especially the bigger matches, like the main events, even on just Dynamite and Rampage, have a sit down before the match, especially if it's like an end of a feud, and have Mark Henry, because I know JR does it, but have Mark Henry do a sit down. I think that'd be great too.
Yeah,
an actual proper sit down. So that's just my 2 cents. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Jeez, man. Oh, is Claudio's ear busted open? Did he get his ear open? Or is it just a camera angle? Ooh.
if we turn around, I could. Looks like it could be bleeding. Can't really tell.
I can't tell if it was a camera angle or if it just happened to hit right.
Referee starts putting gloves on, then someone's bleeding.
Yeah, it's gotta be. Yeah. Natural color. I like when it's natural. But I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
He was already the sweet cyborg when he had the 2 front teeth get knocked into his mouth.
Someone can give.
Yeah. That's one thing that
one of the reasons that he left was because of CM Punk. And Bobby Fish, he's maybe 40-something years old. I mean, besides doing the Undisputed Elite versus the Elite and Red Dragon winning the tag titles, what else was there for Bobby Fish to do?
I think one more tag team title win would be great, or a trios title.
Yeah, besides that, he can go back to WWE and probably be a coach at the WWE Performance Center.
Oh,
and that's it. So, I think a Kyle O'Reilly singles run would be very, very good because considering before he got injured, he was putting on a lot of good singles matches. He won that Battle Royal. He beat.
Oh yeah. That was probably my favorite match of the year.
He beat some very big names in singles matches, but I would have liked to see Bobby Fish stay for, the Elite versus the Undisputed Elite. And CM Punk's injured now, so I don't know why he can't come back.
Maybe he'll come back because, hey, we don't even know if CM Punk's coming back.
He's going to be out for 8 to 9 months regardless. He's injured. Yeah. He had surgery. But
probably the worst title reign in any wrestling company at the moment.
Had it for 3 days. I mean, Seth Rollins held it up for 3 minutes one time. MJF is back with All Friends Wrestling. This match is going to be. Yeah, this match is going to be.
Yeah, it's been a great match so far. This Rampage has been very good.
We'll see
Can't wait to
you.
have you back, brother.
Yeah. So
Hey, Brenda. Good to see you.
Mr. Jacobs hope you're back soon.
Me too.
Yeah, we miss Mr. Jacobs too. So I guess. Thank you.
Thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you.
AJ Matt Golden Boy. Yeah, not people know who Golden Boy. He was the first event. It was when AEW first started. Fighter Fest 2019. He was it was what was it C2E. It was like a gaming thing they had around Fighter Fest, and he was a very great commentator. And then he was used at All Out 2019. He was very good there, and they signed him when they went to TV. That they never used him again. But he seemed like a very good
Okay.
he seemed like he could be a very good play-by-play commentator, like a Excalibur role. And I thought he'd be good for Rampage. If not him, then I think Mauro Ranello
No,
would be.
sorry, I can't stand his voice.
You can't?
Okay, I think it added characteristics to the show, but I hated him in WWE. Like I'm just like I don't like. There's a few commentators I cannot stand in wrestling at any show, and please no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like it's just too like I don't mind when it like. I'm glad that when people get into it, but he is just way too over the top for me. Like he's like how Aubrey Edwards is with her like lipstick. Like it's too distracting to me.
I just think him and Jericho would work really well together, considering I listened to Jericho, his heel commentary, and I listened to Mauro Ranello. I think they'd have a lot of good chemistry there.
It would, I would give that. It would be kind of funny because I think Jericho would like kind of take like how I see him, and just like, why don't you just shut up? Like, just watch the match. I don't need to hear you go, my God, every 10 seconds. Calm down, JR Jr.
But Golden Boy would be. I don't know why they didn't keep him around.
I totally forgot about him. Like, I totally forgot about him. I had to like look him up.
And Chris Van Vliet, they signed him. He only put on one time, and that was it. When the Rock and Roll Express was on Dynamite.
I just want Warhorse back, man. Like, I thought he was so much fun. Just his entrance.
He'd be good for Ring of Honor.
Yeah, but I'm surprised like he doesn't do anything like he does a lot of indies, but I'm like, why hasn't like he done anything with Impact? Why hasn't he came back to do Darks? Why hasn't with the new ROH? Hopefully, maybe they'll bring him in. Because man, like this kid, he's gonna be big. I bet in the next few years he'll be on the level, like character wise. I can even see him being the next Ultimate Warrior. Like that's how much like an impression he left on me before he about one match. So I don't know. This reminds me of like WCW. Like, it's a very good stiff match. Love it.
Someone's bleeding.
That's
Solid bleeding.
Don't see Dax. I still think it's Claudio's ear.
I see red somewhere.
It's like right in his right ear.
I see something, but it's hard to tell with the camera angles and headbutt.
This is like Crimson Mask. It was a Moxley match. Just everywhere. I don't know. This is it's a great match. Like, this is a good way to cap off the week. That's an interesting way that he's.
Look at those chops by. Look at the chops by Harwood. Those look stiff. Top rope. Diving headbutt. How was he allowed to do that?
Yeah, screw concussions.
He didn't really do like Benoit would do.
He kind of used his arms. That's kind of cool. Like that's kind of use that.
Because Benoit go head first. Like every time, head first. But he did it very differently. Concussions
and steroids, man. It's not a good combination.
I've been seeing a lot of wrestlers here lately doing the diving headbutt. Like even on WWE, I can't remember who it was.
It's like one of those moves. I'd rather people do a pile driver than a diving headbutt. So I feel like at this point they can make it. They can usually, like I said, with how they've made it, I feel like they could do a good pile driver without having
Power driver.
Yeah,
Dax
so I was like,
Holloway. He did the power driver on Casanova.
great. There you go. Using his legs to take the impact. Ooh, near
need to
fall.
stop-
That is a good near
They-
fall.
They need to start abusing that move
Yeah, I agree.
because Owen Hart and Stone Cold had a serious concussion. Like Owen Hart went head first, Stone Cold head first on the ring. European uppercut from the top rope.
His uppercuts they're my favorite moves that he does. It's like that in his swing. Like they're all like if you say, what do you picture Claudio doing? That's all I see is an uppercut and a swing. But
I think Claudio and John Silver would be a good match because John Silver also has a good uppercut.
that would be fun. Let's do it. Let's book it for ROH's next pay-per-view.
I wonder when they're going to have another show. When's that weekly show coming?
I bet we're gonna have. I think we're gonna have one more pay-per-view at the end of the year, and I bet in January I think we'll have an announcement for it. I think we'll have an announcement. And it'll start sometime. I'd say early next year is what I'm predicting, personally. So I don't know, man. I'm ready for ROH to come back and give us. I don't know. I think it'll be a good relaunch because there were some great matches that ROH is from their history. And I think this new era with all the talent that's out there right now, oh man, I'm just so excited.
Our milling company isn't new to this. We've been
Do you hear that Dalton Castle is a free agent now?
Yeah, he's never been signed to AEW or Ring of Honor. He's never been.
Tony, come on, break out your Papa's money. Come on, pop it out.
But the boys are signed to contracts. But I don't think Dalton Castle would do him wrong and not at least drop the belts if he's leaving. I think he would do it. I don't think he'd be that unprofessional.
No, he's a very professional wrestler.
I hope he's signed to Ring of Honor. I
think he will.
I think he'll stick around for the new Ring of Honor.
Like I said, I think now that he have more of a bigger stage and more constant TV time, after maybe a couple of years, move him and the boys up to AEW and have them be trios champions.
Yep, I could totally see that.
Because think about it, I did not like Dalton Castle the first few times I watched him, just because I was not really into a flamboyant, but really after a couple of his matches, his championship win against Cody, the one that he did down here with Jonathan Gretchen, it really made me a fan out of it. Made me a fan. So I'm hoping that they do something with it because, I guess personally, flamboyant stuff's not for me, but the guy's got skill. He's probably one of the smoothest wrestlers out there right now.
Fuego.
Is Fuego still with AEW?
Nah, he's.
Did he go bye-bye?
Who's he talking about?
Okay, at some point the tube is empty.
I don't know.
Just a minute ago, you were talking about someone who was very fluent.
Oh no, I was saying that Dalton Castle is very fluent.
Oh, yeah.
Fuego, I think Fuego is. I think he's underrated.
Because I first,
Really?
because I first thought that you said Fuego was very fluent at first.
No, you're good, man. Where did Fuego come in the conversation? Is he still with the company, or is he
He's still on the roster. He's undergoing a character change though.
Is that good? What character change?
I haven't even seen it. He's got a new gear he showed off on Twitter, but he hasn't been seen sometime.
Because he could be a good high flyer. He could be almost. I think he could literally be, not trying to compare him to Rey Mysterio and say the next Rey Mysterio, but he could literally be the next Rey Mysterio. He could have those kind of matches. I mean, not having a full-on, AEW champion, but TNT champion maybe.
I honestly wouldn't have signed him.
Really?
I think that's a. Don't get me wrong, he's a good talent, but
Just doesn't kind of fit the mold.
you could save that money and use it. Like you could save that money and sign more experienced women. I just don't see Fuego. Where is he gonna go 2 years from now in the company?
I don't think he'll be here in the next year. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
sad to say, but I think he just has that. I don't know. I think it's just because he's an indie darling. You know what I mean? Like, I think the reason why they keep him around is because of fans. It's like him and Serpentico. Like, not trying to be mean against Serpentico, but why
he's
do you
almost
have
100 losses? 100.
That's just sad. Him and Luther,
losses.
man. Like I love Luther. Like, I think he's a great guy.
But
the thing
Serpentico has only 5 wins, but they bumped him up to 12. Like, I keep up with those rankings, win by win, loss by loss, draw by draw. He only had 5 wins. They bumped him up to 12 just so his record wouldn't look so bad. So realistically, right now he's won 3 more matches, so he'd be 8-89.
I feel like he's the worst wrestler. Like, number-wise, he's the worst wrestler on the roster, unfortunately.
If you need a win in AEW, that's who you go get.
Yeah, well, no, that's not necessarily a bad thing because they need enhancement talent. Every company has to have enhancement talent.
But there's a few dark matches and dark elevation matches that haven't aired yet, and he's won. So him and Zach Clayton teamed up, and they'll be on Dark Elevation next Monday.
Still, man, like it's like the thing is they have plenty of talented women wrestlers, and they don't use. Why?
And like AQA, like she retired from wrestling and she's still under the roster. Like if she's not gonna wrestle anymore, there's no sense of keeping on paying her.
Unless she's secretly doing a backstage role we don't know about.
She's on a Ring of Honor. She did very good on there.
So I think Tony will need to bring in some. I think he needs to bring in a couple coaches.
Now Fuego is a very good wrestler. I'm not saying he's not good, but
he'd be better on Impact.
Yeah, I just don't know where he's going to be, like what direction he'll be going.
That's when Tony's got to look at it and say, "Hey, man, like, you're gonna wrestle up until your contract's done, but like I said, you can leave if you want to leave. We'll just
I know Peter Avalon has a pay per appearance deal.
Yeah.
Like they offered that to Stu, like they offered that to Alan Angels, but he declined. Now Stu Grayson was offered a new contract, but he declined, like a full new contract, and he declined it.
I wonder if he just doesn't want to wrestle as much. I've seen him
a little bit. He's been taking a few indie bookings, but
he's not. You know, he's not doing.
Is he doing a sharpshooter?
Yeah, sharpshooter. Ooh.
What is he trying to transition it into an arm?
Armbar?
Sharpshooter by Dax.
Ooh. Oh.
No, he's a real sharpshooter. Like on Wednesday, someone tried to do it, and they weren't doing it. They're doing a different kind of it. Here's the old-fashioned sharpshooter.
The traditional Heart Foundation sharpshooter. I don't think Claudio's going to lose this match, though.
No. This match has been a very good match. Very back and forth. A very good paced match.
Yeah.
Not
I feel like
fast,
if it was
not too slow.
I can see this being, a pay-per-view match down the road.
Yeah.
Very good pace. Excuse me.
You're gonna get.
Come on. Oh.
Audio. Is he going sharpshooter? Someone's going to win by sharpshooter, I think.
Yeah.
Don't tap out, Dax.
No, but Dax is out.
No.
Dax is out, though. Look at that. There's no life in him right now. Like seriously, look how bad Dak sold that well.
That was an amazing move.
Yes.
He should come to tapped out though. Dax, come on, man. You're living legend. You shouldn't have tapped out. You should have fight forever.
But I think that's the thing is like with Dak and Claudio, like if to be
They
honest,
should
with
went
you,
to a time limit draw.
each one of those could have done it. Like each one of them could have done a submission, in my opinion, to win this match. But like I said, but he also made Dax look strong. There's nothing against Dax. Like he literally like taking like all those shots to the head, against your bell rung to a sharpshooter.
Like TNT should have gave them extra time, and that could have wrestled a whole more hour.
Oh yeah, I could have gone for another 20 minutes. I could have watched that for another 20 minutes. These guys have the best cardio right now in any wrestling company. So, woo!
Yeah, that was.
What a night! Great Rampage. Yeah, that was very good.
Not one match was a squash match. Each match had a good amount of.
Oh, that's what's like surprising about it. I didn't, there was no squash matches. No women's squash match.
There was a Will Hobbs promo, a Jade promo, a Samoa Joe promo in the ring. That Samoa Joe and Josh Woods for the ROH. What title does he have?
Is it the TV championship?
TV championship. Sure. Next week on Rampage. Dynamite should be good next Wednesday. Jericho and Danielson, Sammy and Moxley. And the women's match looks very good too. Tony and Sheeta versus Baker and Sooner Deeb.
Great week coming up.
And Tony Storm's getting more TV time. Like she's getting the most TV time out of, and like she, in my opinion, she's the best women's wrestler on the roster. But yeah, that's pretty much it for tonight's Rampage. This was a very great Rampage. It's like this is like an episode of Rampage that was needed to show that Rampage is a strong show and not just a filler show. Like how do I put it? Not a show that is skippable.
Superstars.
Yeah.
Or was it
main event?
Was it Wednesday night main event or what was it? A little bit that brief few months before it got kicked off the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it was solid. I'd say it's 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I've always thought Rampage has been a great show for showcasing younger talent.
It's just in a terrible time slot.
Yeah, I feel like if they were like 8 to 9, I know SmackDown would be on from 7 to 9, but 8 to 9 would be earlier than 9 to 10. Well, yeah, I give Rampage an 8 out of 10 as well. We'll be back next Monday, possibly, for our WCW episodes. Like, we haven't done one in 2 weeks. So hopefully Mr. Jacobs is up for that. But if not, we'll be back Wednesday. Carly will have our review Thursday and Rampage Friday. And definitely check out the All 8 Zone social media accounts in the link description below. I'm working very, very hard at getting another special guest on the podcast. I want to have at least 2 more before the year is over with.
Ooh, I'm intrigued. I cannot wait to see who it is because I don't even know.
I don't even know who it's going to be. Like, there is people that I'm talking to, but I'm not going to say who it is. But
gotta build that suspense, baby.
But I do hope to have at least 2 more guests on this year before the year's over with. But yeah, definitely check out the social media accounts in the description below so you'll find out who our next guest is if we announce it on here or on social media, and for all of our upcoming streams and everything like that.
Yeah.
Definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel right here. We're at 222 subscribers. Our subscribers are going up every day.
I know.
So, yeah, we'll see you guys next Monday.
Take care, y'all.